Welcome. Billions have gone through life reacting to reality they did not design, and they rarely thought about it. Many assume that they are free, that they can do anything, and that the reality that they are facing perhaps is of divine or ancestral origins. But where can you find superior training or knowledge or skills or practical tactics that you can use to reclaim, restore, and nurture a reality of your choice? Welcome to that source, to reality altering laboratory, Acam, a laboratory of life transformation. I am your manager Topi, Preacher Rabbi LM Tumizulu Kunikenim Jaganja, a certified new ontologist. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you why the old systems, rules, and tactics of manifestation are obsolete, and to introduce to you the 21 modules, which are magical steps to not just attract, but to physically design, create your own reality by collapsing a reality that you do not need out of existence. Let's look at this and say that Marifado Family Network's Afro-Cosmic Applied Metaphysics, Acam, has a 21 module system, which is an academically rigorous program that integrates primordial ancient Afro-spiritual magic science as a strategic tool to learn the art and science on how to alter any reality at will. That's why we say you must study Acam and Heka. Acam is a practical, refined, elevated, and academically rigorous life transforming training. It is a 21 module program that integrates primordial ancient Afro spiritual magic science as a strategic tool to alter any reality that you want to change. Its vision is the metaphysical architecture that acknowledges the uncreated philosophy. The program honors ancestral continuity, divinity partnering, applicable quantum metaphysics, and radical epistemological integrity. All the while, it avoids and eschews dogma and centers itself on melanin-dominant cosmologies as epistemic vantage points. Now, it applies these principles through the melanin-dominant ancestor-created systems. Welcome to Afro-Cosmic Applied Metaphysics, Acam. Let's study this together. But before you enroll in the course, there are 3 recommended books you should have read, studied, and know these books by heart, thoroughly, without any compromise. These 3 books are Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James, and The African Origin of Greek Philosophy by Innocent C. Onyewenyu, and The No More Masters by Priest Rabbi LM Tumizulu Jaganja. If you don't have these books, please don't waste your time by trying to enroll. What will you be able to do during and after Acam training? You'll be able to process and have the capacity to alter and recreate any reality that you need. For example, let's say you live in extreme poverty, which is your current reality. Through Acam transformation, you become wealth satiation and you enter into the afterlife. How can you recreate reality? You need the theory first to test Acam as a hypothesis, so that you can then project it into the cosmos, and the Acam as an applied action recreates a reality of your choice. This is the only way we say you can test it. And the way to test it is the hardcore atheistic agnostic paradigm. Capture this, because this is your devil's advocate when you are studying Acam or any module. The HCAA, hardcore atheist agnostic paradigm testing. So what will you learn? You learn to alter any condition of your life. There are no exceptions. So you have to relearn how to alter any reality. You have to go through Acam training. You have to enroll, and you have to have those 3 books that we have pointed out. Here are some of the things that you will meet. You will meet advanced consciousness technology, and you will really base everything on traditional spiritual equivalence. They won't be that like that. The key program tenets is magic, spirit and soul, ancestors, and manifestation. And then Acam has its own definition of all these, like causality engineering, a car science or consciousness energy, continuum, or uncreated substance with waters of Nyunyu. These, you used to hear these words: unseen forces, spells, ghosts, gods, highest powers, historical figures, ghosts, wishful thinking, and prayer. We no longer use that. These are now gone away. But you need to know how they become equivalent to what we are talking about here. So, for instance, when we hear the word magic, it's actually we are saying manifestation. So these are some of the things that we will learn. And this is the glossary that you should know. It's not the only glossary. Some of it is there's a lot you learn, because this Acam course is 3 years. You do 7 modules a year. You rarely finish the 7 modules. It will spill over to 5 years. I tell you, I can guarantee, for you to become an ontologist or new specialist, you will be beyond 4 years. Anyway, now, so the terms that you will learn, the technical terms like Acam, Afro-Cosmic Applied Metaphysics, a postdoctoral level logical system for reality architecting, rooted in melanin-dominant cosmologies, rejecting dogma and centering verifiable consciousness energy manipulation. This is the foundation of the program. There are modules, and these are some of the words that you meet, lots of them. But we have highlighted some of them here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are very, very important. So when you see this word, CE continuum, it's consciousness energy continuum. It's different from this CE only, which is causality engineering, where Acam says, redefines, spells the rigorous logical discipline of manipulating cause and effect to manifest desired entities. So there's a lot. We can go on. I can spend the whole day here. I don't want to do that. I want to show you some of the things that we learn. So the technical terms, some of them like APO, which is ancestral pattern overlay, which we define, and it's in module 8. There's a lot. There's a lot. And at the end, when you finish everything, when you become a PDRS, which is a postdoctoral reality shifter, in other words, the capstone of examining what you have done, you have to demonstrate, and we will verify, and we will have to sustain the transformation of a complex, integrated, dissonant structure using all Acam principles. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is something. So let's continue to show that Acam offers powerful and necessary reformulation of everything that you know. To truly transition your mind from a traditional faith-based paradigm to a rigorous expert in applied consciousness technology and causality engineering, you must first subject the concepts of the most violent intellectual shock possible, which is the hardcore agnostic atheistic paradigm testing. You must know this in and out. If you don't know how to be a devil's advocate for what you believe and what you know and what you do, then you are simply a captured soul that you know, because the outcome would be exactly what you want or what you need and what you desire. So this approach demands that every outcome should be explained solely through demonstrable, localized, and verifiable mechanisms, no theories. So this Acam course is for those that want to be in it practically. So let's look at the hardcore atheistic agnostic paradigm shock test of everything. So what it does is that it introduces us to the systems of testing what we are going to learn in Acam through systems like biopsychoacoustic technology. So the HCAA paradigm mandates that everything that you do, either traditional, spiritual, or the metaphysics that you have learned somewhere else, must be explained as self-generated psychophysiological effect and neurological state manipulation by you, the operator. The ancestor now is defined as an internalized cognitive structure. Metadata, he is in you, she is in you, that ancestor. And the continuum energy is defined as a bioelectrical neurochemical energy, BNE, Bone in Shona, waita bone in Shona. So this is powerful and it is very, very essential. Here are now the systems that will be tested, some of the systems that will be tested using the HCAA paradigm shock. Libations, chants, spells, repetition. They will be tested. Ancestral name repetition will be tested. Animal sacrifice will be tested. These are some of those things that will be tested. Ancestral power will be tested. Amulets, talisman, charms will be tested. Holy oils, incense, burning incense will be tested, so that the biofeedback and the state induction protocols can then verify and say, okay, this Bantu belief and magic works, or it doesn't work. Now let's look at libations a little bit using the HCAA Acam paradigm shock test. We say that the partnership of pouring the libation is the ritualized act of conscious consent of the operator who confirms their structural integrity of will. You find that in module 6. And intentionally aligns their bioelectrical neurochemical energy field with the ancestral pattern overlay. Apo. In other words, apo or apa. Now, when it's apa, it's now administered. When it's apo, it's overlay. It's no longer with you. So apa, which means it's shown a pano, pandiri, pano, lapa. It's actually applicable now. Loco, it's far away from you. So these are some of the paradigm shocks. Now, let's test one of the most important questions that you can ever ask using Acam, and see whether it will be able to answer that when we offer our HCAA testing. So scholars will be offered practical actions and practical answers to implement to succeed in answering any question, because a question will present a reality. For instance, if we know and if we believe that our African ancestors are present and alive, powerful and real, where were they during enslavement, Mahafa, and colonization? Where are they today when our brothers and sisters are shot in the street, killed, maimed, raped, enslaved again? When are they when we are challenged by pain, personal diseases, genocide, and war? Now, we should be able to test it. Acam should be able to bring practical answers. So, you go to the internalized, cognitive, IC, ancestral data. That's where you go, because you have said ancestors, right? And then you look at systemic de-patterning and frequency jamming, and then you have to ungem and paternalize it. So you use Bwoni. Right? Very clear, straightforward, right? But then you have to go to color coalization system now and enrich, and then you do the adjustment of the acoustic frequency. This is one answer. Two now is to go to the next question. Very prominent question. Why am I poor? Why am I not rich? Can Acam paradigm answer this question? Because at the moment there is a $1.7 billion ticket in America, Lotto. Can you win Lotto if you have done postdoctoral training Acam? Why would you win it? We give the answers. The answers are very, very clear and important. There they are. There are answers. We can't go into that, but I can only point that is born and entropic leakage. So these are some of the things that you need. And then you go to your SIM failure, and the volume collapse. So these are many issues here. Now, don't be among the billions that have spent their physical earthly lives reacting to reality they did not design, reacting to systems that they rarely think about. Do not assume that you know and that you are free and that you know everything. Remember, you can enroll and make it into Acam, a postdoctoral reality altering experience without a delay. You can send us an email, which you are showing here, and you can start on your journey. At the end of the day, enrolling for training in Acam is not a walk in the park. To get these superior skills and practices, it's 3 years. It's not a cheap course. It's not an easy course to do. It is a life-altering course. And it is a post-life-altering course. It takes you beyond even the grave. Because this is a massive, massive course and training. Acam is not for weak minds, people. Because you are going to relearn how to alter any reality. Acam training demands your time. It demands you to reclaim, to restore, and to nurture a reality of your choice through ability to change your current reality or sustain your current reality. We have demonstrated how that can be done. You have to enroll, to enhance, and to explore. But we are not going to be open, Sasame. We are just going to be open briefly for a short period. And once we have a number of students, by February, we are shut. And this video will pull it out. And we'll never advertise again for Acam enrollment for the next 3 years. It's a very intensive course. It will suck energy even of the convener and conveners, the horizons, the elders. So I want to thank you, and I want to encourage you to consider this very, very seriously in your shortest space of time. If you say, I will think about it, that's okay. The time you come back, the door will be shut. And if you think, it's not worth your learning, it is not you who is thinking that. If the ancestors are actually selecting you and saying you don't deserve to learn it. But if you feel the zeal and the drive to learn it, and that it will improve your personal growth, to give you enough energy, and you really know this is mine, then the ancestors are inspiring to proceed. I want to thank you and encourage you to enroll into Acam training today. Send us an email. Do not hesitate. Let's discuss about it. Thank you. I'm your Hamaneja Topi, the new ontologist, Preacher Rabbi LM Jakanja, saying thank you very much for watching up to this point. May you be a successful student of Acam and live forever. Amen.